Here we go, one of the most eagerly anticipated fights of the year. Is Eubank going to try and jump on Saunders from word go?
Well, they've both got fast hands, haven't they? Both sharp. Obviously, the power seems to lie with Eubank Jr. But the better boxing skills that we've seen come from Billy Joe.
A lot of late money came on to Chris Eubank today. Started as a slight favourite, I'm told. He could have had 6-4 against yesterday. But big support for Eubank.
And Billy Joe Saunders landed with a jab there, and Eubank trying to fire through with the right hand.
Saunders has been away training for this, preparing for it in Spain, arguably in the best shape of his life. Eubank always looks in terrific shape, doesn't he? But there is that question. He's never gone 12 rounds, and there is just that question mark about whether or not he is able to fight for 3 minutes of a round, kind of like the same questions which were raised against his dad all those years ago.
Yeah, and maybe he has the same fortitude as his father, and he can't dig in when the going gets tough. But
24 world title fights Chris Eubank Sr. had. I remember the almost hate for Eubank Sr. before he became champion. By the time he'd finished his career, still a controversial figure, but I think more respected and loved. Eubank made to miss, and Saunders countering.
And that's what he won't get away with.
Lovely jab again from Saunders.
That's what he won't get away with Billy Joe Saunders. What they did with other opponents. When he overreaches and misses, Billy Joe will score, will make him pay.
Saunders shakes his head at Eubank. Now this is where Eubank wants him, wants to try and get in close and make his physical strength tell. He did manage to whip in an uppercut.
And he looks physically the much stronger as well. Good uppercut there from Eubank.
Much bigger physically, Chris Eubank. Both 25 years old.
But even though he had Billy on the ropes, I think Billy landed with more punches on the ropes than Eubank did.
Well, Saunders has certainly landed more punches in this opening round so far.
Good. Good from Saunders. Just got to remember to spin off. Got to keep spinning to his right there, Saunders.
Eubank tried to suggest there was a quit in Billy Joe Saunders. I think not.
No.
Well, apart from those couple of uppercuts on the rope, Eubank doing not very much in that opening round. Saunders had to have won it, didn't he, Barry?
Yeah, for me, did John. Yeah. Again, it wasn't a massive difference between the two, but yeah, Saunders landed with most of the shots. But you could see the physical strength, couldn't you, of Eubank when he had him on the ropes, just bullying him with the shoulders and the forearms.
If it suits. You alright with it? How you feel? Looking good. Beautiful. Yeah? Yeah.
Guys, and Chris Senior talking about make sure you bend your legs when you sit down.
Penny for the thoughts of Ronnie Davis. And you could hear in the other corner a very different scenario as Jimmy Tibbs, who has a strategy to win this fight, and he'll not be wanting Saunders to go toe-to-toe, and he'll be pleased with what he's done so far. Saunders, the man with the amateur pedigree. We're told that Eubank has performed brilliantly in the gym, good shot, and that he's handled himself well against Carl Froch and against George Groves. Some people have even said that he had the better of Carl Froch. Not sure that Carl would agree.
That's good again there from Saunders. One, a nice little jab skipping out the way. Eubank tried to follow him but couldn't land with a clean shot. Well, they both got fast hands, but I think Saunders is the naturally faster guy, so he can throw with fluency, where Maybe Eubank, you've got sharp counters as we see there. You've got to load up with this. Everything's hard.
And let's not forget Billy Joe Saunders, the southpaw. How well will Eubank cope with that? That's another nice body shot from Saunders. He's outboxing him right now.
You just got to stick with the plan though, Saunders. It's imperative with a big puncher like Eubank. You don't get overconfident with any success you have, otherwise he'll load you in and make you pay for it.
Left hand from Eubank does get through. Saunders straight away saying, look, I'm still here, it's not hurt me, and a little nod from Eubank.
Sounded worse than it actually was, that shot.
Partially blocked it, didn't he?
Yes. That's good, though.
Not great balance from Eubank, and he ducked, for me, below waist level.
Again, it's when he overreaches John and he misses, and that's where Saunders should and is making him pay.
Michael Alexander, relatively inexperienced referee. He's going to have to keep a real close check on this one.
Yeah, I think especially when they get close. Saunders, Eubank just so much physically, much more stronger than Saunders, which means I think that Eubank should be trying to edge forward. He's trying to mount these sparing attacks like he usually does. He jumps on opponents. He's not going to have so much success tonight doing that. I think he's going to have to bully Saunders around the ropes into the corners.
Well, at the moment, he's just getting out jabbed, isn't he? He's got to find more than he's produced in the first two. Well, the story when you get in there for real.
Well, he's fighting the guy for the first time who's not backing up too much away from Eubank. Usually, once Eubank Jr. threatens to attack, then his opponent runs away. That's what we've seen in the last few fights, and Billy's not doing that. Billy's trying to, if anything, Billy's trying to stalk him down a little bit.
Well, let's be honest, a few of Eubank's opponents have been pretty shocking.
Yeah, of course they have.
And this is an altogether different scenario. Good jab. And again, Eubank gets in with a body shot, but is made to look a little bit clumsy and easily stifled by Saunders.
Well, Eubank ducks low, and I think Saunders doing the right thing by keeping him down there, pushing him down. That's a good jab there from Eubank. Beating Saunders to the jab and yet again.
What about the first solid shots he's landed in the fight so far?
Again, he overcommits the time, brings that right foot forward. There's Eubank, and that can lead to a lot of trouble.
Dad was similar. Didn't throw a great right hand.
His dad used to throw a massive overhand right hand. I think it's almost a miss, just to back you up to get a bit of a rest. The sheer weight of it just make you dance away.
I remember watching on YouTube somewhere Lennox Lewis demonstrating how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, brilliant little 1-2 there from Saunders on the rope.
That's where the referee has to be firm, has to be strong. That's a good body shot from Eubank.
Yeah, nice little slip and dip at the shoulder, wasn't it? The left shoulder coming back with the right uppercut from Eubank.
Well, at last in the third round, after a very tentative and at times clumsy sort of opening, Eubank has finally managed to find a couple of shots which have reached the target. Oh, good shot. Good left hand from Saunders. Best punch of the round.
Yeah, Eubank landed with a good shot as well.
Eubank would like nothing more than to have Saunders stand toe-to-toe with him and trade. And maybe there's a macho side of Billy Joe Saunders concerned. They should be, because on our card, and I suspect very strongly on the judges' cards, Billy Joe Saunders has won the first 3 rounds.
But I don't think Eubank Jr. came in here to win on points tonight. But he should be using this. You can see when they're in close. He looks and he is the physical stronger guy in there. So he needs to bully Saunders. Get him in the ropes, throw him round, push him with the shoulders.
Well, he hasn't so far shown that he's got the speed of foot enabling him to do that.
To me, he's got fast hands, Eubank, but it's everything's, you've got to tense up with it, haven't you? You've really got to force it out, the speed, where for Saunders is a natural speed. It's fluent.
I know a lot's made about the Eubank physique, but it's kind of a bodybuilder physique.
Yeah, he's just naturally strongly built like his father.
Yeah.
He's naturally a bigger guy, but Saunders is not a big middleweight. But then he's boxed big middleweights before, like John Ryder, and cope with that physical strength.
That's more like it. Needs to find more. They may not have landed on the target, but even on the arms, he's going to feel them. Got to let the punches go, Eubank.
Well, Saunders not landing in much too far this round either. Nice little jab there though from Saunders. You can see Eubank setting him up, isn't he, for that uppercut. That was good from Saunders.
Been told to simply by Jimmy Tibbs, one of the most experienced trainers in the game, work off your jab and whip in that left cross. It's good, good right hand from Eubank.
Nice little uppercut there. I think it just hit the chest. Don't think quite connected on the chin.
Straight into it. Quiet sort of round, this one.
Yeah. I just feel that at the moment, it's a round that I think Saunders is just nicking again.
Well, he's out jabbing him, isn't he? That's the key. Eubank starting to get a little frustrated, you sense. Was there? The old fox will be just a little bit embarrassed by that, I think.
But Eubank Senior giving him some solid advice. No, you got to work a bit on the jab. You got to put some pressure on him. And it's what we've been saying, John, isn't it? You use that physical strength.
He's got the power, no question about it, but he's not making it tell. Talking to Saunders, trying to goad him, trying to make him walk onto that big right hand. Saunders surely too cute to respond. Saw that coming from a mile off. Makes Eubank miss.
Well, Saunders just got to switch off to all those psychological games now he's in the ring. Just switch off, just stick to your plan.
Remember, this is the fight. Saunders said he would retire if he didn't win it. He was talking about rounds 5 or 6. Maybe that was what he was saying. I bet it was. I bet he was saying, this is the round you said you were going to take me out.
Probably. None of that's going to obviously happen, but
I don't think Billy Joe Saunders was ever going to be looking to go and blast Eubank out, whatever he said.
Well, you would imagine Eubank can take a punch just genetically, for his father who had a tremendous chin.
Sure he can.
And if he inherited 10% of that, he can take a good shot.
I don't think I've seen too many fighters who could take a shot better than his dad.
No.
One or two spring to mind like Oliver McCall, but Eubank just had an absolute granite chin.
And again, nothing happening. He's pretty scrappy in this round, but just slightly got to edge Saunders so far, haven't you?
Eubank getting very frustrated in there, not getting the opportunity to land clean shots.
He should be throwing Saunders around the ring if he's physically strong enough, which it looks like he is, to try and psychologically ruffle up Saunders, get him onto his game plan.
Certainly not ragdolling him at any stage in the manner in which he suggested he was going to. This would be the sort of time when you might see the physical strength telling, but it's Eubank who's walked back onto the ropes. Referee says, don't use your head.
Again with the jab there to Saunders, that's been the difference, hasn't it, so far tonight?
A little bit of bruising on the cheek of Eubank, where he's had to take a few shots, particularly the jab of Saunders.
It's been a bit of a scrappy round, hasn't it? No one landed with anything really clean.
It's kind of a nothing round, this one, Barry. Still no clear shots.
Well,
Could be a level round, that.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Saunders, even like giving all the